Hey, what's going on, you guys? Simpsons Man here, and we are back with another Super 7 Mail Day opening video. And today, and I thought I was going to be saving this one for last, but I was sick and tired of waiting. We are going to be doing Deep Space Homer. In Rod We Trust. So stick around. Let's open this up. So we have talked about every single one of the new wave from Super 7, from Wave 1, The Simpsons, but we have not opened up every single one. We've only opened up Moe, and we've only opened up Poochie. We were going to do Itchy and Scratchy next, but honestly, like, I should have just done Deep Space Homer first. I was saving them for last, like the whole best for last, because this one I like the most out of all of them, but I went ahead and just said, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I've seen other people online go ahead and open them up, and they have been talking about how awesome this is in person with the spacesuit and everything. So without any further ado, we are just gonna go ahead and open up Deep Space Homer.
Mission Control, this is Corvair. Launch sequence initiated. All systems go.
Are we there yet? I'm thirsty.
Go ahead and show you guys the packaging. Deep Space Homer, original air date February 24th, 1994. Just an amazing episode when Homer and Barney are having a competition to see who gets to go to space. And of course, somehow through a kind of like a DQ, Homer wins. And man, this is like, I can't even explain how amazing this is. This figure is insanely huge. Like we're about to take them out of the packaging. So what we're gonna do first, like we do in all the other videos, is we're gonna open up all the accessories first. So first we are going to, and this is kind of different than the other two I did. So they did not tape down the plastic on the other ones, but on this one they did. And I'm kind of wondering why, and the only reason why I can think of is if they have these chips, and the chips are all individually like little bits of chips. So maybe on that side they did, and then maybe the rod being so small, because so far with the Moe accessories and with the Poochie accessory, we've had a guitar, we've had pickled eggs, we've had a phone, we've had a surfboard, we've had like some of these larger items. But with this one so far, besides the hands being kind of small, we got these chips that are like insanely small, and then the rod obviously is kind of small as well. So we are going to pop this plastic off, and like I said, they didn't have any tape on the other accessories like this. They had them like on the back and on the side, but not actually holding in these pieces. So first we do have just the kind of like face from Homer, kind of intrigued, kind of, you know, who knows, it could even be like almost slightly worried. And we have, of course, my favorite, In Rod We Trust. He's holding the rod like this. We're gonna show you the rod. Get you a little close-up of the rod. I'm curious, you know, kind of curious to see, does it glow in the dark? And it kind of looks like it does. I might just be it might just be an illusion. It would be really cool if it is. I can feel the material is definitely different and not as, like, if you're doing any kind of 3D printing, you would understand this. It's not as smooth and silky as this one's kind of rough, so I'm almost curious to see. I can't tell. I'm trying to see if it glows in the dark or not. I actually have a little flashlight that'll make it so it'll glow in the dark or not, but unfortunately it's over there. I can't reach it. We do have the potato bag chips. Just don't open them because, you know, they're ruffled. And we do have some of the hands on this side, so we're going to go ahead and take them out. And I'm curious to see with the hands, I wonder if these hands are going to be a little bit bigger on that side. I'm just seeing which hand is going to fit. This one looks like it'll fit the rod perfect. Yep, so we have the In Rod We Trust hand. If you did watch my last video that I did it might have been like a week ago or so, I did Poochie, and we struggled to take the hands off. The head just popped off, no problem whatsoever. I'll probably leave this original Homer head on there, but the actual hands, we were pulling on them, tugging on them. It was like leaving marks on my finger. They just would not come off. I have yet to try and do that. I've just have them set up as normal, but I am going to do the old hair dryer trick. You know, warming up with a hair dryer should be able to loosen up the plastic a little bit, and hopefully that'll work. I haven't tested that out yet, but I'm going to be doing that shortly. So now with the chips, go ahead and take the tape off of this one. And we have one more piece of tape on this one. Make sure these don't just pop out everywhere. There we go. And we do have another Homer head, and this one is him definitely screaming for dear life, afraid. Almost looks like he could be like sighing like as he's hungry or something, like in amazement, but I think he's kind of scared, like, ah, ah, ah. Like he's definitely scared. The chips, it's crazy they did these with the chips. Here, let me pop them all out, as well as the hand. Like, I won't be able to show you the chips at all, but can I show you a chip? Like, is my camera going to zoom in this much on a potato chip? Let's see. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, there it is. It's crazy, like these little chips. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna display this. Like for the Simpsons, I'll probably just kind of leave them scattered maybe along his feet, because I don't think his hands would be able to hold. Oh, you know what? His hands are small enough to hold a potato chip. So that's kind of cool. And we do have the ant colony. I'm glad they added this, because this was the whole, like, the hail ants part and everything when, you know, Kent Brockman is doing the news interview, or his news show. Do the ants move? Because that would be crazy if they did. Nope. And there is the ant colony. They only see like a crazy picture of an ant through the camera. They think it's like some huge alien overlord. Of course, just a little baby ant, but they don't know that. And of course, next scene that you get to see the whole hail ants on there, which is pretty funny. That hail ants have been stickers. I've seen shirts, I've seen pins, I've seen everything of that. So the colony is pretty cool. It's got these little edges on there, so I'm kind of curious to see if it'll kind of sit up by itself. And it kind of does, but with the slightest touch, it'll just kind of knock over. So now, let's get out Homer. I do see, okay, so there are 3 things holding Homer. We got something along his waist, and we have 2 things along his feet. I definitely probably need to get some scissors versus a knife to do this, because the slightest wrong move and I am gonna slice right into this almost $60 toy, but I've been pretty careful about it so far. So there we go. Incoming a loud noise of me crackling this plastic. There we go. Sorry about that. It's just insanely loud and annoying. And wow, this is absolutely insane. I'm just taking off. So it's got like a plastic. Is that supposed to be like that? I doubt it. No, it's just like a plastic right there too. I'm wondering if I can. Here, I'm gonna. Oh, and you know what? They did the whole insert brain here part on the back, which is hilarious. Did they do that on the other ones? Nope. So just on that one. So I'm definitely gonna leave this one just like as is. Does have the holes on the bottom, the different feet holes. He can even be holding. Here, let's put his arm up so he could be holding, because I'm pretty sure like when he was walking, he was holding his helmet off to the side on the clip whenever they're all walking to the spaceship. He didn't, or on the rocket ship, he hasn't actually put on his helmet yet. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that was the case. In this case though, I think I am going to just leave Homer's head in this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on camera so you can see it because of how insanely awesome and huge this is. Just a little side-by-side comparison. Like, look how big. Like, look how big this is. This is crazy. I mean, it's Frank. He's a smaller guy compared to Homer, but just the fact that these figures are this large and they just look like insanely good. The wait was definitely worth it. Like, I always kind of joke around about that. Like, man, these took a year and a half. Like, yeah. Because when you go to Walmart, those toys weren't made just yesterday. They were probably made a year ago and put on the shelves because they're selling millions and millions and millions of them. So this, they had to kind of gauge the market. Were people interested in buying Simpsons? And they were. So they did a pre-order for them. And unfortunately with like COVID delays and stuff, that obviously did not help it. Took about a year and a half. definitely worth it. Since then, they've done the Troy McClure line, they've done the McBain ones, they've done 2 other sets of pre-orders, and I've heard through the grapevine they're going to be doing whenever the Wigosphere, whatever it was, whenever Bart and all of them go on the road. I think it's called like Bart on the Road or something, the episode where they all have the wigs, they visit the wig fair. I think there's a reaction toys of that coming along. I've seen just a couple teaser shots of Treehouse of Horror ones, big and small, so there's definitely a lot of ones coming, and I think Super 7's going to be riding this whole Simpsons train for a while, and to be honest, I don't see them not doing at least another 15 to 20. Like, bare minimum of all the toys, I want to say probably about 15 or 20 more total they're going to do. They're kind of doing what World of Springfield did back in the day, and they're just making like a newer version of it with some of these like more deep cut episodes like this, or just like some of these more popular episodes like this one, and I'm just happy they're doing it because it's amazing. One thing I did want to test out on this was the hands. So if you remember on the Poochie one, we tried and we could not get the hands off. This one I'm definitely going to have to get the hands off because I do want to put some chips in his hand, and I do want to put, where's the rod? And I do want to put the rod in his hand. So first we're going to see exactly out of all the hands, I want to say the bigger one, the chips one will be better. So there's like some notches, and you can't see it in the back of these chips. So a lot of times when they do that for toys, is so the hands will fit in there. Like it'll actually click like where the thumb is, where the finger is. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's the case for this, because that almost looks like it. There are 2 different sets of hands with this one on the side versus just the balled up fist. There is a smaller grip that's going to be for the rod. There is a bigger grip that is going to be either for the colony or for the chips, and then there's just a fist just because it's just a natural fist they got going on. So I'm assuming this is going to be one of the hands for the chips. The only thing is it's not clicking in there. Like it's kind of clicking in there, but then once I let go, it just kind of comes out. I'm not sure, not sure if I'm doing this right or not. I mean, obviously I don't think I am. It does, like it matches up. So there's a groove in the actual potato chips that I can't show you because it's like, I don't know if I can show you right there. Yeah, you can see the little groove, yeah, right there. You can see the grooves on it right there. So a lot of times in toys when they do that, it's like that the fingers or the hands, they're kind of molded to fit those. And for some reason, they are, not doing that. Now, that might not be the reason why those are there, but we're going to try and see if these hands... Okay, so this one actually came off. So the other one did not. So we are going to go put a new one on. Nice. Perfect. Okay, so that was actually pretty easy compared to Poochie was just not happening. So we do have a rod in one hand. Nice. And now let's hope we can get this other one off. The problem is I don't have that good of a grip because it's such a small item. See if I can pull it with this one. Nope, I can't do it. Like, I'm wondering if I get a wrench and I wrap it around with a piece of cloth and hold it on there, if I can get, that way I get a good grip on it, and then I'm not damaging the actual hand. But to be honest, I think I'm just gonna do the whole hair dryer thing, sit it on there for a while, and hopefully that'll do it. Because man, that just got me, not winded, but that just got me like flustered almost a little bit, because it's just not coming out. The hands are moving perfect, and I'm just not sure if there's any kind of trick to do that besides the hair dryer trick. But for right now, he's just gonna be rocking the rod. We gotta have the colony probably just kind of propped up beside him. I'm trying to make him so like that he doesn't fall over. That's always the thing with, once you put these in the glass case, a little shake and stuff, and they can just come right off. The glass colony, I'll probably just have them propped up on the side like this. This hand will be holding the potato chips, and then I'll just kind of scatter some chips. Can you guys even see that? Yeah, you guys can see that. Okay. The heads, I'm not sure. I kind of just like the regular Homer head. Now that I'm thinking about it, the reason why his head is open like this, and I guess I should have thought about this before, is to eat those ruffles, just like in the picture of that. But I honestly thought it was just because he's scared, because he does have that like Homer, like whenever Homer screams kind of face. It does kind of have that, but now that I just glance at this, he's got his mouth open, obviously because he's eating the ruffles. Don't know why that didn't come to me, but obviously now it did, and that's what it was. But either way, I think I'm just going to have him set up just like this, except I'm going to have a bag of chips in his hand. And I don't know if I have them, but I have well, there's somewhere up there. I do have a bag of chips Maybe they're over here. There's a bag of chips, like an accessory that came with the World of Springfield line, but the chip bag was like green or something. I was just gonna kind of do a little side-by-side comparison, but they could be in a little accessory box that I have down there. But yeah, this is pretty cool, and I am going to attempt to try to take those hands off. I'm kind of bummed that I can't get this on there. Like, it holds it on there, but it's not like clicking. So, oh, you know what? Let me see if that'll do it. So maybe I should just use both of the smaller hands, kind of like the rod hands, and I can kind of like, he can kind of pinch them. See how he's kind of pinching them like that? Maybe I'll just have him do it like that, because I honestly thought that he would, there, I would just, you know, he could just be pinching it. It's going to be kind of like, you know, not top heavy, a little weight heavy, but I think it'll be fine. And for these other two hands that are opened, I'm not honestly sure what, you know, to do with them. Maybe the open hand is a little bit, maybe it suits the rod better, but man, that fits just perfect. Oh, you know what? I bet you the open hand ones. Here we go. See, I'm learning with you guys. This is just my first time, you know, yeah, so that's exactly what this is for. He is holding the colony, the ant colony. You can see that, look at that. So that's exactly what this is for. He wouldn't be able to hold both of them because the way the hands are, I don't think I would be able, you know what, maybe. Like, I may be able to like turn, no, I don't think I'd be able to turn the hands that much, because the arms, they turn, but they don't turn like a crazy amount. But the leg, everything else does, but not just that. And then there's that piece of plastic that's in there for the Homer head, but you can't even see it once the head's on there, so I think I'm just gonna leave that in there for now. And then if I do go to change out one of the heads, I'll definitely do that. But for now, let's take these off and set him up like he's gonna be in my room, just like this. Take all these accessories, and then he's just gonna be, you know, kind of holding one of the bags of chips. And that is going to be it for Deep Space Homer, one of my favorite episodes. Do me a favor, go back and watch this episode. Even if you've watched it 1 to 20 different times, go watch it again. The just nostalgia of this episode, how funny little parts of it are. The part that even at the very end where Bart puts the insert brain here part and Homer's trying to read it and he keeps spinning around. At first it's funny, then the family's just like, ugh, like, all right, like, it's almost sad in a way, but go check it out. It's one of my favorite episodes. I love space, and I love The Simpsons, and they definitely did an amazing job tying this together. That's going to be it for the video, and thank you again so much for checking out another one of my Super 7 reviews. I'm doing the whole entire line. I only have 2 left. I have Robot Itchy and Robot Scratchy. I might do both at the same time, or I might save them for 2 separate videos. And then maybe I'll do a video at the very end with all the figures laid out, just kind of doing the pros and cons and everything I do like about them. So until next time, thank you so much for checking out another one of my videos. And if you liked what you saw, obviously hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new here, and you've never seen my channel and you're from TikTok or if you're from Instagram, then do me a favor and subscribe if you like anything Simpsons. We're always doing news updates, we're doing toy reviews, we're doing anything about like out in like the movies or entertainment or anything, but it's obviously all Simpsons based. We're doing even food reviews that they do with Simpsons food. So thank you again for checking out the video, and if you want to get one of these, I actually have a link below. It's not to the Super 7 website because unfortunately Super 7 does not sell these. Entertainment Earth does. Reputable toy vendor that I've purchased I don't know how many hundreds of dollars of toys from. They're always great on shipping, fast shipping, everything. Click that link below. It saves you money, it helps me out. And until next time, thanks you for checking out another one of my review videos. See ya!